Oh, what's up, guys? It's your boy T.
And it's your boy D.
Okay, and we are unquoted. And Jay's on vacation. Just so that you guys know. I know you guys go crazy over that, man. But today's topic is simping. Is there a simping epidemic in America, guys? Is there a simping epidemic in America? And just in case that some of you guys are unaware, I will read what simping is from Urban Dictionary.
Ah,
Let's hear it.
the Bible.
Simp, a man who puts hoes before bros. Look, suckers idolizing mediocre punani, some male who will do anything for a little bit of play from a female. He's usually chasing around a female who not even worth the work or time. There you guys go. That is a simp.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think about this, D?
Nah, simping is a real epidemic, but it's not caused by women. It's caused by other men. Think about it. It's like if you were the only non-simp around a sea of simps, you would eat. So it's like, why would I help you be successful and be competition when I can eat off of your bullshit? You know what I'm saying? And that's what I think. And I feel as if every man needs another like man to like guide them on the right path on like how to navigate. And I think that that's lacking today in this world.
No, I would definitely agree. So, okay, the reason why I think there's a lot of simps in America is that like the way that we've been brought up in when we were kids. So we were brought up like, okay, like when you're little kids, I'm sure everyone watched Disney movies. We thought that like and this is not to say that all women are bad or women are whores or anything like that. Cause I know sometimes like as males will say something and then people will view it in that kind of light. And that's not about that. But basically I think basically we grew up thinking that like women are like tiny little fragile angels and they really can't do any wrong. So growing up, like, you think that this is true. And then when you meet a woman, you're like, okay, well, she's a pretty little princess and I have to do X, Y, and Z.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't realize that, like, no, guys, these are just like any other, they're just like any other guy,
Yeah.
except they have more emotions, pretty much.
And it's like, and that could have been avoided if you had another male who's either been through the shit or was taught themselves guide you. Like and that's where the fuck up happens. Like we've all, well, me and you have seen the last American Virgin, and we saw how far simping can go.
Oh my, if you guys have not watched that movie is almost sickening. That movie is almost as bad as, I don't know if any of you guys have seen the show. It's called 90 Day Fiance. Oh my goodness,
That too.
there's a crazy amount of simping going on. Like there's this one guy who didn't even meet the girl and spent like, he probably had to spend at least like 100K on her, at least.
Damn, that could have paid off my student loans. That motherfucker.
I could have paid
How
off
dare
all
he?
of our student loans, me,
How
you, and
dare he?
James.
How dare he do that? Just flaunt it, he flexing hard as shit. Yeah, so, this shit has, like it happens all the time. It's like, and it's usually dudes who never really got that much action, and now they feel as if, and then if a girl gives them a little like crumb of action, they just like bite down and try to go extra hard just to get that action. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel that. Have you ever simped in your life, D?
I wouldn't say simp because it's like if I know I'm being played, I'm gonna fucking like dead that shit. Because I mean, I was with a girl maybe like 2 or 3 years ago. I'm not gonna say I simp for her because I did buy her things, but sometimes she spent more money on me than I spent on her, so it wasn't really simping. But from the outside looking in, someone might view it as simping because there was one time I did ask my mom to like give me some money so I can buy her a Christmas present, but it wasn't because I was a simp. It was mainly because she spent $200 on me for Christmas, and then my car got towed, and she wanted something that was like $120, and I had to pay 100 just to get my car untowed, and so I didn't have the money by Christmas time to get her what she wanted, and then so I texted my mom like, hey, can I get some money so I can buy her these shoes she wanted for Christmas? And then my dad saw a text message and try to call me and try to give me some spiel about being pussy whipped, and then I got yeah. Like he gave me that call. He gave me that call like being pussy whipped, and then I got extremely mad, and then I was so impressive, like, and I was literally about to cuss out my own dad. I was like, bro, you don't fucking know shit. Like, you're a dumbass. Like, I was really about to like cuss him out and just disrespect him, all of his uncles. Like I was about to just destroy this man. But I was like, no, whatever. And but it was like he didn't know anything because he was outside a relationship and thought like, oh, I was being whipped, asking for money to help. But it's like, no, like, if my car never got towed, I would have easily bought her those shoes she wanted for Christmas. And mind you, she spent about $200 on me. So she spent $80 more on me than I spent on her. But from the outside looking in,
my bad. This is when we were in college, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. This is the girl we shall never speak of.
Oh yeah, of course.
Oh, okay. This is rat face.
Because like I think people think that I was like sipping hard on her and just like doing some lame shit. But it's like, no, like a lot of times she spent. I mean, in total, if you want to add up the like money she spent on me, it's probably close to $1,000. Like so it's like nothing's really simping. It's just, you know what I'm saying.
She was crazy, bro. I'm not gonna lie. As somebody, as a first-hand witness, guys, me, D, and J have all went to school together. We have witnessed the amount of crazy that is within that little body. Hers, that bitch is crazy, bro.
She's definitely crazy, bro.
That was crazy, bro.
But like I said, like she's crazy, but there was never any real simping. But from the outside looking in, people might think they're simping.
Okay, for me, see, me is a little different because I grew up in a house that had a lot of women. That had a lot of women in it, so I was kind of already hip to like a lot of like game already, or so-called what people say is game. So some of it was already hip to, but one time, like I was in high school, I remember I used to talk to this one girl when I was in high school, and I tell this story a lot. And like we didn't go to the same high school, and I was like, man, like I was so like gassed on this girl. I was like, man, she looks good, like, you know, she's innocent, she's a good girl. You know, every other girl in my high school is like, you know, has like a whole bunch of bodies, like, you know, she's good. And this is when I was in like ninth grade or whatever. I didn't even drive yet. And then come to find out, this girl was fucking everybody at that school. And everybody. And I wasn't getting nothing, bro. So,
I mean, I'm not gonna say that's simping because it's like you just literally didn't know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what I said. I mean, I was young. I think I was like 14 or 15. You know, I didn't know anything. Like I said, I didn't have a car, so it's not like I, you know, come up and scoop her up or anything like that. But so like I can definitely see how some guys are too like naive and they think that like, oh, like, you know, they think like, oh, you know, she gets straight A's, you know, blah blah blah. And you know, this could go for the same thing. Well, I mean, simping really can't go for women, but like a woman thinking a guy is like great and then gets to meet him, he's a dickhead. But yeah, I generally like, I don't. That's why I say I feel like simping comes a lot from like just being naive, honestly.
Because it's like, and also I think the bad part about it is like we give simping too much of a negative stigma and more of like, yo, we've all been through it and we learn from it and we grow from it. But I think people are just so afraid of just not being, because like we've all been simps at one point in our lives.
Yeah, it's just levels to it.
Yeah, it really is levels to it. Because if you try to talk to a girl and like really crush on her, and then she like smashes the whole crew, and then you realize like, okay, you know what, I'm not fucking with her no more. That's simping, but you go from it. But if you talk to a girl, she smashes the whole crew, and then you think like, you know what, if I just pay for her mortgage, then she'll let me sleep with her, then that's
crazy.
That's really bad simping. So it's like there's really levels to it, and I think once people like separate, like, you know, growing up simping and like, nigga, what the fuck are you doing simping? Like that's where, you know, things will like, you know, finally like be clear.
No, I definitely feel that. I mean, that's definitely some real shit. I definitely feel that. Yeah, like I said, I think simping just comes from like naiveness and it's just how you're growing up. Because if you're a guy and like you're like me, you grew up with a single mom, and like your dad was like a player and was out with women.
Hmm.
What does that single mom tell you? Oh, like my mom used to always tell me, like, you know what, you got to be the perfect gentleman, like, open doors and all that stuff. I didn't end up like that, but that's how I was, born.
Yeah.
That's how I was raised. And my mom would be like, you gotta do this, treat your lady right. And then I got older, and I was like, hold on, wait, these girls are kind of crazy, like.
Yeah, simping is our version of our period. Honestly, yeah, I'm gonna be kind of like a dickhead about it, but it's like that's our period. But we can overcome with guidance and help, and then we can just not simp no more. Like it's literally impossible for me to simp like on any female. It's just not gonna happen.
Yeah, bro, it's just like, man, I just don't see the appeal of like, I just hate the stigma that like you have to like work to get my attention, or work to even be considered or something. I don't know. To me, I just think that's ridiculous. I think that we're all people, and I think that like if you're meeting someone, you're going on a date, or you're hanging out with somebody, it should be mutual. Like I see,
Hmm.
you're right here, and matter of fact, I know you guys can't see me, but it's basically like you guys are on equal footing. It's like we're both on the same level. It's an equal exchange. Like, yeah, okay, whatever. I'll take the L the first time, first day, I'll pay, whatever. I'm not really tripping over that. But it's equal. It's not like I'm so better than you. I think, if you're a simp, you view the woman like she's the president, and you're like, Secret Service guy outside or something like that.
Monica Lewinsky. He might be Monica Lewinsky in this
Yeah,
situation.
it's just like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Just sucking her clit, licking her hymen, or
whoa,
nah. So
this
everybody go
man's going deep.
there. We use everybody go there, but yeah, it's like exactly. Don't do that, Hillary. Don't do that.
Yeah, man, I don't know. To me, it's like if you're a simp, to me, it's just like you just don't have enough respect for yourself, because it's like as a person, I feel like you have to have enough respect for to be like, look, we're both equal, so we're
Hmm.
both gonna put the equal amount of work. Someone who's a simp thinks that like in order for them to even be in the room with the girl, like they're like, I gotta be perfect, like I gotta make
But
100K a year, so like I gotta be the like you have to do this just to be an option. And to me, like I don't know, I feel like that's just weird, to be honest with you. Like just to
yeah, of
be,
course,
like you're so much greater than me, like I have to do, like, no, I'm not with all that, bro. I'm like,
that's way too much work. So I put in 110%, and you just put in barely 20. Like no, so
yeah, or like,
that's hella deaded.
or those, and it's not all females, like I'm saying, guys, but some of the females are like, you ask me, like, what do you bring to the table? I am the table. Like, no, no,
Nah, shorty, you ain't sturdy at all, son.
like, what do
It's
you
lopsided on
bring?
multiple sides. Like
Yeah.
you are not sturdy.
Like, are you cool to hang out with? Like, if we go somewhere, like, are you fun to be around? Like, are you, like if I pay tomorrow, are you gonna pay the next? You know what I'm saying? Like, an equal exchange, not like on some like I do like 90% of the work, and then maybe I might get to hang out with you tonight. Maybe I might get sex tonight. Like no, that
Fingers
shit is
crossed,
whack.
fingers crossed, like shit. But yeah, that's really how it would be. That's yeah, and it's disgusting. And then it's like I'm not gonna fault the female, but I feel as if females put themselves in a position that men allow. Because if men wasn't rocking with that shit, I feel as if females wouldn't even try to engage in a situation like that.
I'm gonna say it's half and half, and I'm gonna say it's half and half on this accord, because on one accord, okay, no one can force you to do anything, so it's the guy's fault if he wants to sit around and he wants to pay and treat her like she's a celebrity. That's on him. But at the end of the day, you do have some females who are out here who are taking advantage of guys. Like if you guys have ever seen 90 Day Fiance, some of those women are just like, I don't know. I feel like it's just a very like evil thing to do, is to use somebody. So like I don't know. I feel like for the females who use somebody, I feel like they're just trash.
But that
But like,
visa,
yeah. For anybody though, that's not just a female thing. You could be a guy who's a piece of trash who uses people. Anybody who
oh
uses
yeah,
people.
definitely,
Yeah,
bro.
anybody who uses people to like do anything. But like, you know, I don't know, man. I just think simping is just one of those things that like, just as a man, I just cringe at, because I'm like, bro, like you should just have more respect for yourself.
Hmm. I said, like, it's more about learning and being guided. Because it's like, if you have somebody to, like, teach you the ropes, make you realize that, this shit's stupid, snipping will like drastically decrease, and then females will have to look for a job to support themselves. On, I'm not trying to sound misogynistic, but it's just like that's how it be sometimes. It's
I
like,
mean, with a topic like this, I'm not gonna lie, we're all gonna sound misogynistic,
oh yeah,
but
oh, okay, fine, fuck it,
yeah,
let's go, let's
I'm
go.
just saying, like you put out sipping is basically like, but I feel it because my brother has simped on some girls before, and I was like, I had to pull him aside. I was like, man, what the fuck are you doing?
Mm-hmm. You guided him. You tried to help him out, and then did he overcome?
With that one girl, he did, and then like he did it on another girl, and then I was just like, all right, nigga, like,
I mean, I mean, some people don't learn from the first time. You know what I'm saying? Like baby steps, baby steps.
yeah. And
You know?
his girlfriend is his ex girlfriend now. That girl is still fucking crazy. She's actually, that's funny. She's actually like might actually be in like a mental. She's like really really crazy. Like she's just like, I think she's like a scammer or something now. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Mm. Yeah, things happen. Things happen. Like sipping happens all the time, bro. But it's just with guidance. Because I remember hearing a story about a dude was married to his wife, and then his wife had a job that had like a bunch of like single like women like working there, and then there was this new manager who was a guy she was deeply attracted to, and then she talked to her husband and saying like, "Hey, I want an open relationship," just to fuck the manager. Yeah, exactly. And he was sipping hard, like, yo, I love my wife. So you know what's gonna
What?
happen? Yeah. Like he was like, he said, I'm gonna at least give it a try. And so that's what yeah. So, like
Hell no.
I know. But there's a good ending to the story too. So wait. So she does her thing, she goes out on dates, like has a bunch of one night
Oh,
stands.
is this a movie?
No. Well, this is a Reddit story that like someone put out.
Oh,
So
continue.
it might be true. And so she's going out doing her own thing, having her one night stands, and lo and behold, she gets into a semi relationship with that one manager she had a crush on. And so he was kind of upset about the situation, but loved his wife so much. Was like, I'm gonna go through it. But he went on dates, didn't really sleep with anybody. But then he found a woman that he really like, vibed with, connected with, kind of liked, and was texting her and smiling with her. And then once his wife realized that he was, happy, fucking with that other chick, then she tried to call off the open relationship. So it was like she was happy when he was miserable and simping, but now that he's not, she's like, wait a minute, I gotta, pull back. And it's like he had to go through all that and like simp, and then to like guide himself into someone better. And then, he found someone new and said, fuck my wife. Like, fuck that bitch. You know what I'm saying?
So you divorced her?
I don't know if he divorced her, but it was like he kind of checked out of the whole relationship because it was like, you thought I was a simp. Well, I mean, he was a simp. And
He's
then
a super simp.
yeah, of course. Yeah, like he was simping. And then, she kind of took it too far. But he got out of simping.
Yeah, that's so crazy. That I would never let, bro. If I'm married to somebody, I'm like, yo, this is it. This is it for us both. You ain't doing shit. If I can't do shit, you ain't doing nothing.
Facts. Facts. Facts.
No,
Facts.
no, no. That defeats the whole purpose. I might as well just be dating. Like,
I mean, it's like the only time you can like sleep around is if your partner is cool with that. And it's like if your partner is physically is literally not cool with it, then you shouldn't do it. Because if you want to fuck around, find a cuckold or a cucqueen, which is the female version of that. They're out there. They are out there for you.
I would just say date around, like
Mm-hmm.
how like what I do right now. Basically, like you just date people, not like a relationship or anything.
Mm-hmm.
You just do whatever. So if you want to do something with somebody, I think as long as like the other person just my thing is as long as you let them know that that's not your girlfriend, because I think a lot of times people get in these relationships, boyfriend or girlfriend, and like
Mm-hmm.
they'll talk to someone, on a regular basis, and that other person will assume that they're in a relationship, and they won't assume it because they're like, I never said we're in a relationship. But the other person will take it like they're in a relationship.
It depends on the situation, because
Yeah.
some people do that just to quote unquote be in a relationship, but to use it as an excuse whenever they do some fuck shit. It's like, oh, just because I introduced you to my mama, said I love you on Valentine's Day, you know, do this, that, and the third, don't mean we together. I never said it, you know. I never said we was together, so it's not official. I'm talking about Lil Fizz from Love and Hip Hop, because that one situation where he let a girl stay over at his crib.
Oh, I think I remember that. Yeah, and then
Yeah,
like I think she's married to like Bradley Bill now. So
I mean, yeah, kudos to her, but the situation was kind of lame on Fizz's part. It's like, yo, you gave her the keys to your crib while you were on vacation, and then got upset because she put some of her like underwear in your drawers, and then you were like, oh, wait a minute, she got the wrong idea, fam. Like, just because I give you the keys to my house and let you stay over for the weekend don't mean me anything shit. And it's like, nigga, the fuck.
yeah, you did give her the keys to your house. Like I wouldn't do no shit like that. Like
And like that's kind of how things happen sometimes. It's like you can
yeah,
say we aren't official, but if your act official, it's like, bruh, like come on, son, like
I feel
cut
like
the shit.
there's some gray in between that though, because it's like, what do you consider official? Like I think like, yeah, okay, if I'm showing someone my mom, okay, that's official. Or if I'm
Mm-hmm.
giving them my keys, that's official. Valentine's Day to me is just kind of like, whatever. People could be bored and do that for Valentine's Day. I don't really consider that anything.
It could happen,
And then
but
I think it just depends on what you consider like relationship kind of material, like and how often it is. Because like I said, I don't know. There's a lot of gray in between that situation. But yeah, Lil Fizz in that situation, yeah, he was wilding for that.
he was a lame for that. He was a extreme lame.
I mean, she upgraded. She got with Bradley Bill, so she's not
Yeah,
losing.
exactly. Yeah, good on her for that.
You know.
But like, I mean, simping is just like a whole like spectrum of things here and there that can't really be like bottled down to one thing, you know.
It's an epidemic, and it needs to stop, guys. Men need to start being men again. I'm sorry. I know, like people are gonna hate me saying that, but it's just kind of like,
Yeah, man, subscribe to Alpha Male Strategies or Steph is cold, and then he'll kill you of your simping.
yeah, those guys are kind of. I'm not gonna lie, those guys are kind of extreme, but yeah, I mean, hey, like if you're a simp and you watch those guys, I doubt you'll be simping anymore.
Yeah, and like you don't have to follow their like teachings to the letter, but it's more to help you have an understanding, you know, and that's what I think causes a lot of simping is a lack of understanding.
Yeah, that's true. It is a lack of. I think it's a lack of understanding and a lack of respect. Because, like I said, simping is viewing the other person or the female like they're higher than you. Because, or else you wouldn't simp. You're not gonna simp for some. If you're broke and the other person's broke, you're not gonna simp for that person because you're on the same level.
Exactly.
You're not gonna treat them like 5-star. You only treat someone 5-star because you believe that you don't deserve them.
Mm-hmm.
Like oh, I don't like, for example, like, and this is not to be mean or disrespectful to anybody, or let's say like a bigger girl, like a fatter girl, or if you're a girl, fatter guy might walk up to you and be like, and start giving you compliments and start being like, oh hey, like what's up, sexy, blah blah blah. They're doing it because they think that you're better than them. You know what I'm saying? Whereas there's someone who's the same level of attractiveness, they're not gonna walk up to you and say that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they
Yeah.
might say that like, oh, you kind of cute or something like that, but they're not gonna be like, oh, like overboard with it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, exactly. Because then it kind of establishes it's like, I think you're attractive, but you know, it's not gonna sway me to just like simp for you.
Yeah. But what are your closing thoughts, D?
I mean, simping has a cure, and not enough men are helping other men to not simp. That's my closing thoughts.
Yeah, my closing thought is that, like, honestly, have more respect for yourself. That's number one.
Mm-hmm.
Number two is that I feel like you just gotta get your stuff together. I feel like
Preach.
if you're a simp, you're putting someone over you and over your own beliefs. I feel like you just have to you just have to value yourself. You have to put what you want in your hopes and dreams, and then meet someone who wants to match that. So like if you're dating, if you're a female, meet a guy who wants to match your drive or match what you want to do. If you're a male, match a female who wants to be a part of your journey and shit like that. Don't try to get with someone that you think is out of your league, which you shouldn't even be thinking like that. It doesn't matter if it's JLo or some shit like that. Everybody's a human being. No one is above anybody else.
Thanks. Preach, brother.
But this has been your boy T.
It's been your boy D.
We are out.